Hi, my name is Pinky Ghelani and you are watching Pinky TV. This is what women want. And if you're joining us on Facebook, make sure you drop a comment and let us know where you are watching from. And if you are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to this channel to be the first to catch conversations like this and more. Also, don't forget to drop a comment as well. On this show, we have conversations with people about hope, resilience, and excellence. We aim to inspire you to find out who you are by internalizing the discussion we have here today to make you discover yourself. How? Well, I suggest you stay right here to find out. These conversations are brought to you by SBM Bank. And don't forget to watch all the way through to find out how you can win an iPhone from Safaricom. And we also want you to win some diamond jewelry here today from Art Oro Jewelers. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. So what you need to do is share this with 5 of your best friends and you could be a winner. Speaking of sparkles and gems, my guest here today is quite the personality. When I read through her biography, I felt that she underplayed herself and who she is. If you follow her on Twitter, then you know that she makes absolutely no apologies for everything that she is. She's a media personality with extensive experience in radio and print media. She's an author and now an artist. She's a survivor in more ways than one, including that of the Westgate terror attacks. She's a loving mother of 2 and a media consultant. I think the reason I love her so much is because of her wry humor, which allows me to be able to talk to her about anything. Welcome to my guest, Kamal Kaur.
Wow, was that me?
That's you!
Wow, you gassed me up.
Girl!
Amazing.
No, you really underplay yourself on your biography.
No,
I'm like, you've done so much, Kamal.
No, as do you, Pinky, as do you. I think the whole idea of having a conversation on what women want is to just appreciate and accept what we all are. Every guest you've had, I find myself in each one of them.
Yes.
So, we are who we are. So, first of all, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Starting these conversations that we should have been talking about a long time ago.
Yeah.
So, well done.
Well, there's a time and a place, I believe, and everything sort of evolves the way it needs to. So I'm so happy with what direction this is going. I'm so happy with the guests who show up on the show, including you, you know.
Well, I've been watching and, usually it says on YouTube every time I log in that I'm at the premiere. So I feel really
Do you dress up?
Chosen one.
I'd love to talk to you about your childhood and, the special lady in your life. We know about her through your social media, your mom. She had a major impact in your life. Yeah. What is the one thing that you can say? I know it's hard to just pinpoint one thing that she taught you and you are forever grateful for.
Oh, she taught me, she had a phrase in Punjabi that said, "You are Ambi's daughter." Ambi was her short name. You're Ambi's daughter. Never forget that.
Say it in Punjabi.
Tu Ambi di tiya, kadi pulli na. So I never forgot that I'm Ambi's daughter. And Ambi, to me, is somebody who's been strong all her life, who has held her head up high, who has helped her husband through business, brought up 3 children at the same time, gone through all sorts of odds, and she still came out strong. So, for my siblings and myself, we're Ambi's children.
Yeah.
I mean, Dad had a lot to do with it. But you know what I mean? My mother, I feel, has shaped me to become who I am. So very proud of that now.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost it 3 years ago. It's been a difficult journey to come to terms with that. I felt cheated out of her death. Then I think slowly with counseling, with healing, I've learned to accept that I'm grateful. I had her for so long. I'm grateful for who I've become today, for the influences she's had in my life, my children's lives.
Yeah.
So it's a journey again. Like you keep saying, everything is a journey.
Yeah.
But losing my mom was, I think, probably the worst thing that ever happened to me. I mean, we don't expect it.
No.
We think we have our parents forever.
Yeah.
We don't. So hug your mom hard.
Yeah. I know. We've had so many conversations about this,
Yes.
about
Absolutely.
our moms.
Yes.
And how important they are and what happens. When we get older, they get older too.
Yeah, and a lot of people forget that.
Yeah.
My mom had suffered from a stroke, so basically what happens is I was counseled to be a caregiver for her at that point. So the first thing that happens is, because of the chemical imbalance, they start fibbing to you. They tell you lies. I've had my medicine, but they haven't. Oh, so and so said this to me, and they haven't, and you know they haven't. But it's their chemical imbalance. It's not that being spiteful or being anything about it. So for me to learn that and to adjust to that, it was quite something. But I'm grateful I got to do it as well, because now if anybody tells me about their parent who's had a stroke or something, I give them pointers that expect this might happen, this could happen, this is how you can look after them. So yeah, it's just, you know, you just pass on information. That's all it is.
Absolutely. I know when my mom had a stroke, my cousin, who is related to me because that's mom's brother's daughter in the UK. My mom's brother had several strokes. And she said one thing to me that really stood out was a stroke is a very cruel thing. It takes away a part of the person. And I noticed that with Mum. Of course, a huge chunk of her is lost, and I've mourned her since then. And, you know, when you're saying there's a new person there, you know, who's now, because of the way the brain is functioning now, it's different. For me, I'm still trying to get to know this new person that my mom is.
You see, that's it. Also, how they recover from a stroke matters. Like, unfortunately, your mom is dependent on others to completely look after her. And with my mom, she bounced back from it. Eventually, she did. So yeah, I had Mom, not 100% the way but I was grateful that she was still doing her own thing. She was getting up, getting dressed and stuff like that. So I understand exactly what you're saying, because at one point we didn't think that she would get out of it as well. We should be confined to a wheelchair or to the bed or something. And I'll tell you something funny that happened. She couldn't write after her stroke. So I used to make her practice, and those dotted lines and all that you have to start learning to write again and all that. And she would just throw things away at me like that. One day, I forged her checkbook signature in front of her, and I said, "Look what I can do." And she's was like, "What?"
Whoa.
But that was like, we still recall it fondly, that's how I conned Mom into writing again, picking up the pen again. So she eventually, you know, got better.
So your dad is now a widower, and you know, we've spoken about us getting older and our parents getting older. What can we learn from our parents when they endure pain, and how can we be there for them?
I'll tell you one thing straight away with my dad. He's not open with his emotions. He cannot emote. He gets very emotional. He goes quiet. In these 3 years, for him to reach out, if he's missing Mom or something, he won't say outright he's missing Mom. I'll say, "Dad, I'm missing Mom today." He goes quiet. He doesn't know how to deal with it.
It's that generation as well. They would never talk.
They don't know how to say "I love you" as well. So if I tell my dad, "I love you, Dad," "Oh yeah, okay. Have you eaten?" That's his way of saying.
That's his way of saying.
Oh,
"I love you too."
Or can I bring you some plants for your garden? Because so that's his way of showing his love, and I accept it. I accept it because he is who he is. He's the way he is. I'm not going to start changing him. But grief, for him to deal with his loss after Mom. They were dating for 3 years before they got married. So they'd known each other for over half a century, over 50 years. So for him to lose that, right? We came on the scene later on, my siblings and I. So
there was a them before there were you guys.
And it's a huge loss for him. You know, so we try and help him through it. We try our best. He has his moods as well. You know, grief is, and men, I'm telling you, they cannot deal with grief. In my personal experience, it's hard. It's hard for them, because if they emoted, if they just said, "I miss her,"
then it's easier.
It's easier. It's easier. We can afford, we can offer that support that we feel as children we can give. But then again, he would rather talk to somebody else about his grief than tell his children, because he thinks he's burdening his children. So, I understand all that. We all read textbooks and psychology books and all that to understand. I don't know if we apply to life what we read about all the time. It becomes difficult.
Yeah.
You know, like they say, ground things ni different.
It's true.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
I think it's so powerful that you are so open about, you know, going for counseling and looking for therapy to be able to heal. So I'm going to come back to that. But, you know, I think it's a good segue to talk about the Westgate attack, which you were a part of. You were caught in the middle of a mother's nightmare. So both your children were there, but out of your sight.
They were inside the mall where the cooking was happening. I was there supervising other children. My kids, because they couldn't participate because I was working at that radio station at the time, they decided, oh, we're just going in to get a pizza and then we'll get some
do our thing. You do your thing, Mom.
So
I'll do it.
Everybody's running out. I'm that idiot who's running in because I'm screaming, my children. And thank goodness that both were holding hands and running out towards me at that point. I can't tell you the relief I had, Then my first thing was, they're okay. What about these kids here? So it was just, you know, things happened really quickly. Then they happened in slow motion. If you understand what I'm saying, some bits are so vivid, some are blocked out 7 years on. I mean, you know, but yeah, it was something that I needed help with. It was, I couldn't deal with the emotions that came up with it, because when I went into counseling for Westgate, all I was talking about was my bad marriage. So because I hadn't dealt with that,
that's what came up.
The trauma pushed me into that. So that taught me the importance of counseling. You need to talk. There's no stigma to it. There's no shame in it to ask for help or seek help. There's no shame in it at all. When I put my ex-husband in rehab for his alcohol addiction, I was told I brought shame on the family.
Really?
Yeah. It's the way you don't want to tell anybody. It's like if I had the coronavirus today, people don't want to, don't say anything. No, you have to tell people. You're coming in contact. Tell them. There's no stigma to it. It's an unfortunate thing that has happened. So, you know, talk. Talk. Be communicative.
And therapy has helped you.
It has. To
really reach the space in your life where you're able to talk about your abusive marriage, Westgate, loss of your mom.
It has. It's also helped me deal with my children. My daughter, who's now almost 20 years old, I went through a clash period with her. It wasn't an OTT, but I knew that something was brewing, that this could break something within us. So she says, Mom, I need to go for counseling. I need to talk things over. So I said, go. And I went in for a group session, and then we agreed to work on things. Because, Pinky, I'm not a perfect mother at all. My aim is to be a good mother, not the perfect one. Perfection is an illusion, really. Anybody looking at me, oh, Kamal, you make it look so easy. But you don't know how many times I've gone in the bathroom and cried because I've felt, oh my gosh, am I doing this right? And then you get ostracized for being the parent who stayed. When you're abandoned like that, you know, you're bringing up your children yourself. If anything goes wrong with your children, oh, she did this. It can't be the effect of the absentee parent. No, it's oh, she did this. So
it was the same again with my mom. She was a single mom. She brought us. My dad died when I was 6, so she brought 3 children up, and again, she was always
So the parent that stays gets flack for it. So
don't do this, don't do that. There's one word that it was used to describe her, is that she's too. She's very at ease with us.
Then how else?
What's wrong with that?
How else are you supposed to be?
Are
you supposed to tie up your children in a dungeon or something and tell them, don't do this because people will talk about us?
But I think it's important, Kamal, you know, when you talk about therapy, first to acknowledge there's something wrong. And I think had Westgate not happened to you, then you wouldn't have been able to deal with, you know, the trauma of an abusive marriage.
So no, I was going for counseling before that.
You were? Okay.
When my ex was in rehab.
Oh, you were already going for counseling.
I was going for the Al-Anon and all that, the support that alcoholics partners or families get. I went for all that. I went in this to fix it, to try and fix it, not for me, for us, for everyone, you know. But when you choose your way, you can take a horse to the water, you can't make it drink. That's what happened.
So do you think you can fix others, or you have to fix yourself?
No, fix yourself first. You know, I always say you can't carpet this world, but you can wear a pair of slippers.
Yeah.
So, oh, that was deep.
Wow. Write that down, everyone. That was amazing.
That was deep.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt and send it to you.
And that's another thing. I can't be serious about anything. I'm very
Which
flippant.
is what I love about you.
I'm flippant.
Yeah.
You know, move on. What are you going to sit and cry about? You know, just get on with it.
Yeah. You know, I have this in my set of questions because you brought it up. I'll talk about that now. Your sense of humor. So they say, you know, that you look for laughter because wait 1 second. It's here somewhere. It's because of traumas in your life that you actually seek laughter, and then you become witty. You don't become funny. You become witty.
Raise the sharp tongue.
Do you believe that's true?
To an extent, yes.
Yeah.
To an extent, yes. But I guess even as a kid, I always loved to make people laugh. In this day and age, people label you attention seeking, but you are who you are. You know, then it's okay. I seek attention. I love it. Why should I deny that I love attention?
On social media.
I love attention. I love it. Why should I lie about that? Why should I be coy about it? No, I like it. And I love making people laugh. I like having people around me, and you know, making sure everybody's happy and smiling.
But it takes a certain amount of intelligence to be witty.
Yeah, that I guess it does, because, you know, I knew of someone who had proper foot in mouth, and the only time they opened their mouth was to change the foot. Really, it was constant foot in mouth with them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, you know, and know when to shut up, you know, that's the other thing. Just know, you can't be laughing all the time or joking all the time or thinking, oh, I'm so funny, ha ha ha. So you have to be sensitive to how people are taking it as well.
I love your humor. I think you're just so funny.
And with that, I have sent her the paycheck. Please note.
Yes. I sent her an invoice with many zeros. So we've spoken so much about society in our own conversations, our personal conversations. And with this show, you know, we want to inspire, we want to change the narrative. How are you doing that as the influencer that you are?
I don't know, like you say, Pinky, influence is a very, I don't know, overused, cliched word.
Like that term. Everybody's an influencer.
That's right. Everybody's doing their thing and getting on with it. How you get influenced by looking at other people is up to you. I get influenced by my children, by the way they deal with each other. And so, you know, it's a constant learning process. I mean, the day you decide you don't want to learn anymore should be the last day of your life, because keeping yourself active by constantly learning from others is such we are so grateful to be surrounded by so many people, and there's so much to learn from each other. So much. You know, like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. So when somebody comes on, she copied my makeup style. Well, no, actually, the tutorials on YouTube. So or my dress, or why is she wearing that dress? Well, it's available at the same store we all shop at. So you know, it's not about copying. It's about how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. So society does a lot to cushion that, and to also push you into a corner where now they're judging you and talking ill and all that. So it's how you deal with it. You either can make it your problem and then dwell on it and make yourself sad, and then tweet at 3 in the morning saying nobody loves me, kind of thing. You know what I mean? But on the other hand, you can just ignore it. Like, you can keep criticizing the sun. It's too hot, it's too hot. It's still shining. It doesn't care. It's going to keep shining.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's important as well. So many of you maybe don't know this, but Kamal and I have not always gotten along.
Hey, girl.
But somewhere there we found ourselves within each other.
Yes.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's normal for women, I'll say this because, you know, we're the 44th tribe, of the same tribe, or maybe in the same business, same industry, to be pitted against each other? And how do you think I know how, but how do you think we managed to find a friendship, Kamal?
I think because what comes in is what everybody thinks how you should be with each other. Oh, you're talking to Pinky. Oh, right. Oh, you're talking to Kamal. Oh, yeah. Right. Oh, okay. You know, so like they say, to be old and wise, one must be young and foolish first. So I was probably young and foolish. We go through our phases, we listen to other people, they influence how we think. As you grow older, you think, what the, I can do this for myself, I don't need somebody to think for me. And when that maturity comes, you understand everybody's different. They can't be the way you think they should be. Yeah, they can't speak to you the way you think they should. And you have to learn to adjust to that. And as long as you're doing that and not compromising yourself in the process, then where's the problem? You know, I think one thing about both of us is we know how to apologize. If you're in the wrong, you say sorry. It was worth fixing. Sorry, move on. And get on with it. Yeah. And don't keep dwelling on the same thing over and over again. Just move on with it. Yeah. As one does. Yeah. You gas me up. I do something, you're always, wow, well done, Kamal. I see you doing this. Not just this, you're doing so much, so much. And I feel, wow, that's fantastic. So this thing of competing with each other was never our idea. This being pitted against each other is always the society's idea. Oh, you know, oh my gosh, you know, you guys are in the same field. And
I think also when two people are very close to each other, not in regards to a relationship, but very close to each other, in maybe in regards to businesses or maybe in regards to what they're doing or who they are, there's always a comparison.
Comparison is always there. Like with me, I was never in a competition. I've been in the media business for so long. I didn't want to have my name up in the limelight. I was just being me, getting on, putting food on the table. That was my focus. I wasn't out here to make a huge name of myself. For me, it was a means of putting food on my table. So I was just getting on with it. And I saw a lot in the industry, the entire industry, that what was happening was, and usually the younger blood, what they try to do is, oh, I have to be better. I have to do this.
One up.
Yeah, one-upmanship is always there. So I was never part of that. So I think I just step back. I don't need to be there. A gig comes my way, I'm very happy. If it doesn't, I suggest to people, please take so-and-so on. They'd be better suited for this. It doesn't have to be about me all the time. So once, I guess in one word, ego. Once you harness that and just take control of it, you're so easy to just let it go.
So it's about learning who you are.
Exactly. And you've been preaching this from the time this episode started, is learn who you are. Love yourself first. Respect yourself first. Then only it can go out to others. The day you start learning to appreciate who you are, what you do, and that you feel, oh wow, I'm worth it. What I'm doing is, you stop competing with others because you know your worth.
So what advice would you give to anybody who's watching, who's maybe been in our shoes, wants to be here, looks at you and thinks, that's what I want to do? What advice would you give to them?
I'd say, what's stopping you? You can be that. It's not rocket science. Reach out, ask people to help you. You know, also people decide that, oh, that one, I don't think that one will help me. I don't think she'll do anything for me.
She looks like a bitch.
Yeah, oh, by the way, what is that? She looks like a bitch. Oh my God.
She looks like such a bitch.
You look like a snob. What is, I'm sorry. I don't drink my tea like that. But yeah, learn to reach out. And it's what I tell my children as well. Ask. What's the least that'll happen? They'll say no. Then you move on. Yeah, these things, it's your own ego holding you back from reaching where you want to be. Learn to ask.
I would also, I don't know if you resonate with this, but not taking things personally.
Oh yeah, I used to do that. I'd take it as a slight towards me. And all this with counseling has taught me, it's not about me. So it's actually taken me years to think it's not about me. It's about how they feel themselves. They're projecting their feelings onto you, and you are not going to make that your mantra or your inner voice. Like you were talking with Shalina a little while ago on this show, and you guys were talking about the inner voice. So that's what it is. Your inner voice is who speaks to you. And I even wrote in the comments that, wow, I listened to my negative inner voice for very long. And now I was like, mute her, man. Give her chocolate. Let her shut up.
Just calm her down.
Yeah.
Put her in the corner.
Yeah.
Because that inner voice, it's like a muscle. It needs to be trained.
That's right.
It completely needs to be just shush.
Yep.
Chill. Woosa. I like how you're making waves, Kamal, and I think that you're ready to take on uncomfortable questions. You're doing things with your life that maybe a lot of people thought you wouldn't be doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
What happened? What made you wake up, aside from, the healing and the counseling? Do you have an aha moment when you said, okay, this is who Kamal Kaur is?
The aha moment came, I can't exactly pinpoint when it came, but it was suddenly like, why am I doing this? That's the first question. And I think everybody asks themselves that questions. And I think I was in a state of depression when I asked myself, why am I doing this? Why do I have to put my kids first? Why do I have to put my dad first, my mom first? Who is putting me first? And then I thought, but who else is going to come do it for you? There's a Swedish proverb. The best place to find a helping hand is at the end of your own arm. So I had to do that for myself, but it took a lot of realization. It didn't happen, oh yeah, wow, I woke up today. Yeah, it wasn't like that. It's taken years and years and years of honing in that and realizing and having, like I said again, the inner voice. You have to talk to yourself. You have to and face what you're trying to avoid. That's the biggest thing. You push away things in your mind and you think, no, but I'm thinking about it. But no, you're not thinking the crux of the matter. How are you going to deal with that? So start having uncomfortable conversations with yourself so that when these questions are thrown at you, you're just like, yeah.
You're comfortable.
It's a breeze.
Yeah, I always say that. Get to know you. Sit in the darkness, get to know your demons' names.
Yeah.
Because if we keep running away from those demons, they will completely control.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's it. It's all about control.
Learn who they are. Then you learn yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so glad you said this, because this is another question, it's about that self-talk. What does it take for a woman from a minority, a divorcee, a single mom, to say, hey, hello world, I'm not a victim, and to completely unapologetically own her own narrative?
Oh, I went through the why me phase. Oh, I played victim.
Did you throw yourself a pity party?
Oh yeah, I played victim to a hilt.
Me too. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
why me? Oh my God.
Why me? I mean, but then again, then you remember you're Ambi's daughter. Ambi never did that why me thing. So,
but maybe she did, and you just never knew.
And then that's just it. So have your pity party, but don't let anybody know about it. Get on with it. Yeah. And it's okay to feel sorry for yourself. I feel sorry for myself sometimes. I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't sign up for this life. I didn't look to do this. But then I think, well, then what do you mean, why me? Why not me? Who else would have come and done it? So, wine not.
Wine not. We should have had a glass. Ishi, next time we need wine in here.
So it's just, there was no moment or anything like that where I was in any way or form thinking, oh man, or oh wow, I got this. It happened gradually. So there's no pinpoint time. I journal a lot. I journal a lot. So when I read my old journals and all, I see,
come along.
Hey, girl, I do that to myself a lot.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's my inner voice.
That's like, your inner voice.
I'm impressed. Like, what? Go talk about
I asked a question to another guest of mine, and it's the author of Eat, Pray, Love. She wrote a book, and she talked about shit sandwiches. And I really love that, because everything that you do is served with a side of a shit sandwich. Whether you like it or not, it's there. How do you deal with your shit sandwich?
Yeah, my pity party.
That's what you do?
Yeah, I throw a party, have a pity party, give out those shit sandwiches to everybody as well, have a couple myself, and then move on with it.
Enjoy it with a cup of tea.
Yeah, and then you just move on with it, because you can't deny yourself emotions. That's one thing. You bottle up your tears, you're going to blow up. You bottle up your anger, you're going to blow up. You bottle up your happiness. So deal with it, get on with it, put it behind you and move on. Just move on. I mean, looking at the back should only be when you're looking at good times. If you're going to sit there and dwell over crap that has happened to you over the years, you'll never progress.
And you can't change what's happening.
Yeah, you can't. You can't. Yeah. You really can't.
What would you like your children's legacies to be?
Oh, wow. Yeah, we've had this conversation with them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Like, I don't know. I think I'd like to pass on the strength my mom gave me to them, and to stand up for themselves, to have a voice for themselves, and just be good. Yeah, things will come your way. You don't have to like everybody, but you don't have to be mean to them because you don't like them. That's one thing I'd like my children to, master, that in this world, as you grow up, right now it's all about your friends, that little bubble you're in, everything's hunky-dory, oh my God, we'll keep in touch forever. But those same friends could change. Don't deny them their change, because you've changed as well. Yeah. You're not the constant. So learn to accept people for who they are, I think, and don't listen to somebody else's opinion. Make your own opinions about people, especially people. Make your own opinions. Don't listen to a third party giving you their 2 bits worth, and then you've decided for yourself through them.
That person is
that person is like that.
Person is like that.
Yeah.
That's great advice. If you could go back and change one thing, would you? And what would it be?
I don't know. What would I change? I don't think I'd change anything. I'm okay with the way life has gone on. Everything was to teach me or to make me grow or whatever. I might have had the salted caramel cake. That's the only thing I would have changed, because then, you have that remorse. Oh, I should have had that cake. I don't have any major any major wishes as to I should have changed something about my past. It's been flowing.
It's made you who you are
today.
Yeah.
So
some advice that I got is that you are exactly where you need to be.
Yeah.
And that comes from,
and don't fight it.
Yeah. That comes from also where you've been.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I hear you're a very good cook. I know you're a very good cook. Everything I hear.
We're spreading these rumors.
And that you want to write a cookbook.
Yeah, I actually, it started off, I've got some recipes already sorted out. It was actually something I was putting together for my children, that when they go to university, they don't starve, because they've got to cook yourself. But it turns out my kids are just as good. So they don't need my recipes. Yeah. So they love cooking as well. So I enjoy cooking. I love cooking for my family. I just love it. I really enjoy putting my love into the food I put on the table for my loved ones, my friends, my family. So yeah, I enjoy doing that. Now about the cookbook, I've got drafts and all, and maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll come back here to launch it.
Yeah. We don't say launch, we say lounge. No,
okay.
You are now also teaching art.
Yes.
So you've gone very creative. You're cooking, you're into your garden,
your plants,
by the way, and everything, your orchids.
Yeah.
It's a very creative direction. Talk to us about your art.
Oh my gosh, my art.
You say anyone can paint.
Everyone is an artist, they just don't know it.
Yeah.
Some don't know it. Everyone can paint, everyone can create, everyone can. And to me, this came about. I had no confidence in myself in putting up my paintings on, because I was told, "Oh, you think you're an artist?" And this is from someone you're married to, so their voice becomes your inner voice again. You know that, oh my God, no, it's really not good. It's really not good. Then it came to a point where your inner voice starts changing, because somebody else is talking to you positively. They're gassing you up. They're complimenting you. And genuinely, not to make you feel good, but they're genuinely finding, like, wow, the wow factor. And then the art classes started. It started tentatively with 1 or 2 people, and then it just grew and grew. And I find I just love being in that class mode where I'm just allowing people to do what they want and just guiding here and there, because honestly, like I said, everybody's an artist.
Is art therapy?
I believe it is. Oh, I believe it is. And this, I tell you, if my mom used to attest to this for me as well, because when I'd be crying or fighting with my siblings or something, I'd just go and sit and paint and draw or something, and I'd create, and I'd vent. I vent through my art. So it is therapy for me. It is for my son, who's a brilliant artist. He's far better than me. He is such a good artist. My daughter can paint as well, but now with university pressures and all, so it's a lot less. But yeah, art is just, it's total therapy. It is. You switch off. You just switch off and you just focused on that at that very point. And that's important, your me time.
Yeah. So look at what you're doing. You're actually healing people through your journey.
I don't know if I'm healing people. It would be an honor to know that that's happening.
I think you are.
But I'm just being me and finding means and ways to just not be another, I don't know, can I say that word on air?
Of course you can. This is my channel.
I can't be an asshole to everybody, you know.
I didn't know you were going to say that word. It's mine.
But yeah, you know,
kids under 18 watch this. Yeah.
You get through life without being nasty and unkind to others. And I don't go out looking to heal somebody with my art. Mm-hmm. For me, I know how important it is to me to have those 2 hours to myself. So I can only put myself in your shoes and think, wow, you know, if you sat there, you're so stressed with your work. If you sat there 2 hours, I'm sure, at least for 2 hours, if not longer, you'd come up and you'd say, wow, that felt good.
Yeah.
So that's the only way I dive into this.
Wow.
When are you coming for your art session? You keep threatening me you'll come.
I'll come. I'm going to come with my child and my mother.
You come.
Both of us.
We are ready. But what about you? What about you?
I don't know. I mean, like, this is why I keep asking, are you sure everyone can be an artist? Because when I draw, I'm like, oh, what is that? It's like when I sing or when I speak Kiswahili. Nobody understands me.
That's okay. You do, yeah?
Right? In my head, I'm like, wow.
Yeah. This is amazing. It's like when I'm dancing. In my head, I'm dancing. Like I'm giving those moves, but in real life I'm just doing this. But that's okay in my head.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, inner voice.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. These conversations are brought to you by SBM Bank. SBM Bank are the partners of Passion for Profits, a weekly series where topics affecting business owners are discussed. For your chance to win that brand new iPhone, all you have to do is subscribe. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Subscribe to the newsletter, subscribe to Safaricom Postpay, and I have all these details in the links below. Kamal and I would love to hear from you, and we hope that Kamal has reminded you about your inner voice and the fact that each one of us are creative when we dig deep.
Absolutely, we all are. Look for it, it's there. Creativity doesn't mean painting and drawing. It could be anything, photography, reading, writing, anything.
Poetry,
gardening, anything. Could mean anything.
Kamal, thank you so much for coming in.
No, it's been an honor. Oh my gosh, it's really been an honor. Honorable. Thank you. Thank you.
See, we can go on and we can always giggle. Yeah, if you haven't followed Kamal on Twitter, I suggest you do, because she will definitely brighten up. And you really don't give a...
No, I don't. I speak my mind, and that is be honest.
Yeah.
Just say it like it is.
Try to, they try to whatever you.
Yeah, but I don't take that.
Like, wow.
Because we all know bullies are cowards, so face them.
Yeah.
As well. Face your cowards and tell them, what? Yeah. No, say to my face. Come at me. Yeah. So.
Wow. See what I mean? On this show, we have conversations that aim to inspire, and we hope that it causes you to take a deep dive within yourself and find out who you are. Real power is always internal. Real power is self-love. Real power is from your core, and real power comes from authenticity. There's nothing like showing up as your authentic self. Find that person and show up as that person every day. The world will be grateful that you did. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media to stay updated on what's happening with this content and more. My name is Pinky Ghelani, and thank you so much for watching Pinky TV. We'll see you again real soon.